almost 13 when she married my dad, and he was in his 30s. In Ethiopia, they had an arranged marriage.
I think it's okay if you used to be able to pick your wife at a young age and watch her grow. But then you look at it like, damn, that's disgusting because you're looking at this little girl, which is very bad.
But are you looking at her like that, or are you looking at her like she has a good family? You know, I know they're raising her the way that I would want her to be, so she's going to be a good wife one day.
So let me ask you guys something. What do y'all think about that exchange right there? What do y'all think about in other cultures or whatever? Do y'all think that is morally right, or is it right, you know what I'm saying, to be able to pick your wife at a young age? Especially for what she just said, in the terms of, are you looking at it like on some pedophilia shit, or are you looking at it like she comes from a good family? Do y'all think that's the right thing? Let me know down deep in the comments. Now, this video is not really about this video. I just wanted y'all to know that there are going to be cultural differences that you're going to come across when you do go to Ethiopia, if you do go to Ethiopia. Now, we're going to talk about the cultural differences that you're going to experience when you fucking go over there. The first cultural difference that you will experience in Ethiopia that you need to get used to, brace for, is staring. Now, unless you have Ethiopian features and you don't dress, and you dress very casually, you don't dress out of the ordinary, you don't have a certain edge about yourself, more than likely you won't be stared at. More than likely nobody's gonna give a fuck about you. But still, even then, sometimes people can sniff out a tourist. Now, coming from America, where people don't really stare at you like that, if you're not used to that, if you're an introverted type of person, you're like a person who don't want to be bothered, you don't want attention all on you, honestly, you should probably stay away from it. It's not even just an Ethiopian thing, that is an East African thing besides Kenya. That is an East African thing. If you go to Uganda, if you go to Tanzania, they fucking stare at you. From what I've heard, I haven't been there yet, but I heard that they fucking stare. Why they stare? For a bunch of reasons. One, it can be they think you look disgusting. Number two, it could be they think you're probably beautiful, you're just different, they probably admire you. Or three, it could be envy, jealousy. It could be a whole bunch of things. But more than likely, they're just very curious of who you are, where you're from. They just notice that you're different. And I don't really think even Ethiopian people realize that they stare so damn much. I don't think they do that. They realize that shit because it's so natural over there. It's just something that they do. So when you go over there, don't think that people are plotting on you. I know a lot of us Americans, especially black Americans, we see people staring at us. We think somebody plotting on us. They about to try to rob us. You know, a whole bunch of things, man. When I first went over there, man, I almost got into so many altercations because people kept fucking staring at me. And they don't just stare at you. Nah, nigga, like they don't just, you know, stare at you and look. Nah, nigga, they up here with it. They up here with it. They looking you in your soul. I remember it was one dude, my homie was just standing there. We were standing there, we were chopping it up. And it was some dude across the street just walking by. And he was just staring at my homie. He was all the way the fuck up the street. Neck broke like this, looking like an ostrich. Neck broke like this, still staring. I'm like, yo, what is, yo. That's how they stare. They don't stop. They don't even fucking blink sometimes. And there's no disrespect. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying, it's just they don't stop staring for whatever reason. If you're gonna go there, you're gonna have to embrace this shit, man, because you can't change it. That's something that people overlook and it's not really talked about a lot. But yes, staring is big. It's gonna be very uncomfortable. I remember one time too. Look, I would never forget this shit ever in my fucking life. I remember one time I went to a wedding. I dressed up. I had a blazer on, button up, had a couple chains underneath the joint, had my button up, slacks on, you know what I'm saying, trousers, whatever, nice loafers on. Me and my homie, he dressed up, he got the turtleneck on, a nice little hat on, sunglasses, looking real nice and dapper. We go in the motherfucking wedding. I swear to God, the whole entire wedding turns around and looks at us, and I'm just sitting there like this. Did the bride come? Is she over here? No, the bride wasn't there. I thought the damn bride was behind me. I'm just like, Hey, but you know, that's how I felt inside. But you know, on the outside, I was just, you know, I was keeping my cool. I was being calm. You know what I'm saying? But on the inside, I could not believe that everybody just like, who the fuck are those guys? Oh, that's my sports betting shit, man. I'm sport betting. But anyway, on to my next thing. The other thing that you guys need to know that's a culture difference from us, you know, besides the staring shit, is that Ethiopian people are, like, I want to say this without sounding disrespectful, but they will be all up in your business. Especially if you live in a certain area. Like if you don't have like a house, you're not in a house. If you're like in apartment buildings and certain areas where people just like a condominiums that's in Ethiopia, not the condos that we have, but it's condominiums, basically like apartment complexes and stuff like that. People will be in your business. I remember so much, like I remember they be in your business so much. I remember one time it was this girl that I knew. So I walks up, I talk to her, I give her a hug and stuff like that. It's the street boys. Y'all know that the street boys who be running the streets doing a little whatever they doing, cleaning shoes, all that shit. These motherfuckers come over there to listen to our conversation. As if they know what the fuck I'm saying, you know, and they saw, you know, but I'm just like, I don't know why they do that. And they do that a lot. Like they just come up, and ain't even just with women. Like if I just talking to somebody and they hear me speak English, they just stop and just listen to the conversation. That's just what they do. Even when I lived in certain, like when I lived in apartment complexes, people will be all up in your motherfucking business. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to give. I got so many fucking stories. I'll be here telling y'all stories all damn day, but I just want y'all to know that it's just when you live in a place like Ethiopia, a conservative place, a family orientated place, people are in people's business. It's not really because of like they're being. It's coming from a place of them being malicious. It's more of it's a family orientated place. It's like if they have kids doing something bad, they would want, you know what I'm saying, that person to go tell the other people that their kids is doing something bad. Like we're here in America, if somebody's kid is doing fucking bad, ain't nobody gonna touch the kid, nobody gonna say nothing because they don't wanna go to jail, they don't wanna, you know what I'm saying, this and that. Over there in Ethiopia, they'll whoop that damn kid's ass, tell they mom, and then they get another ass whooping. You get what I'm saying? Like it's just that type of environment. People, everybody knows everybody, everybody's in each other's business, you know. That's just what happens. That's how it used to be like that back in the days, back in the 80s, back in the 70s, back in the 80s, you know, when we were more family oriented in the black community. It used to be like that. Everybody was in each other's business. Everybody helped out each other. It's just, that's just the way it was. So if you want some privacy, you better get a fucking house or something like that, or somewhere all, you know what I'm saying, where you can get some damn privacy, because they will be in your business and they'll find a way to get in your fucking business. I'll tell you that right now, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because if you got people that's not in your business and there's something going on, let's say somebody trying to rob your house or some shit like that, or this and that, something bad going on, and people ain't in your business, you're not gonna know, because people just trying to stick to themselves and, you know, not be a part of shit. You know, it's a good and a bad to everything. You know what I'm saying? Another culture difference over here that I've seen, or in Ethiopia that I've seen, is that women do labor jobs. It shocked the shit out of me when I seen that women were the ones doing all the they're the ones that mostly do the trash. They go around collecting all the garbage and shit like that, sweeping up, cleaning up. I rarely see men in sight. Then I only seen men put the trash in the little pick up the trash and put them in these little what the fuck is it, wheelbarrows. But most of the times it's women doing. I've even seen women doing construction work on buildings and shit like that. Just doing a whole bunch of crazy jobs that you wouldn't see here in the States, or a woman would never fucking do here in the States. They do. And it's also a bunch of servants here, like women doing servants. A lot of the times you'll see women doing shit where they carrying something on their back or on their head, like some water jug, and especially if they're a servant, you'll see them carrying a lot of water, especially where I was at. But it was shocking to see so many women doing labor jobs, like, you know, garbage. But we got this thing called garbage man. You know what I'm saying? Not garbage woman. Over here in America, it's garbage men that do all the garbage and shit like that. Over there, it's women doing that shit, you know? Now, the next culture difference that I want to tell you guys. Now, this is just a culture difference, I think, in Addis. Because when I went to other places, well, I only went to like maybe 1 or 2 other places. But when I went to another place, they didn't do this shit. So in Addis Ababa, one of the culture differences that y'all will see, or call it whatever the fuck I want to call it, man, is that you will notice that people pee anywhere. I mean, any fucking where. And I'm sorry, Ethiopian people, if if y'all feel disrespected, I'm just giving it real. People will pee any fucking where. They just be walking and shit like, oh shit, man, I gotta piss, and they just whoop, whoop, and they just, you know what I'm saying, start fertilizing the plants where the fuck they at. They just whip their dick right out. They don't give a fuck if it's kids around and fucking old people around. They don't care. They whipping out and they just peeing any fucking where. And I just thought that shit was just so disgusting. But hey, I don't know, and I don't know why it I want to know, like, who started that shit? Like, what motherfucker was just like, you know what, man? I'm not going to go use the goddamn bathroom today. I'm going to just pee out here and nobody's going to say shit to me. And then every other nigga was like, yeah, fuck the bathroom, man. Fuck it. We're just going to piss everywhere. I want to know, like, how the fuck that even became just, or did somebody, one of the Ethiopians, please enlighten me on that shit, especially Addis Ababa. But like, it's not Ethiopia, it is in Addis Ababa. You will see that. Be prepared for that shit. Also be prepared to be forced to do shit. You know, one thing that I missed about America is that people didn't force me to do shit. If I went over to somebody's house, I wasn't being forced to fucking eat. I mean, like, when it got to the point that when I knew that I was going to someone's house, I made sure that my stomach was on E, empty, because I knew that they were going to try to stuff food down my house. I mean, down my stomach. I mean, dead ass really grab a whole gursha and fucking feed it to me. You feel me? It's actually disrespectful to go to somebody's house and not eat. It's almost disrespectful when somebody's trying to feed you to not eat. Like, man, eat. They even force you. They force you to eat. They force you to drink. They force you to fucking, I don't even know. They just force you. They force you gorsha. I'll let the women force me gorsha, but I'll never let the men force me. Look, culture, it's part of my culture. I understand that, but that's where the fuck I drew the line at. That's where my Americanness my American paradigm would not go for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Letting another man put his hands in my mouth. Man, my father wouldn't even do no shit like that. You feel me? But that's their culture. You feel me? Which nothing's wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. But it's part of their culture. That's not what I partake in. I do all the other shit, but just that right there, I'm not partaking in that shit. And to piggyback off that, a lot of another culture difference is they eat with their hands a lot. You know what I'm saying? Especially because they have the most famous cuisine, which is injera, and it's like this dough bread that they use to pick up other foods they have on top of the injera and eat it with it. So fucking good. I'm actually, man, I need some fucking injera, man. I ain't had no injera in a minute, but I love injera. Once you taste injera, you can't not ever have it again. Like, especially if you like it, be careful. No, I'm not about to even make this about injera. Just know they eat with their motherfucking hands. And not only do they eat with their hands, everybody goes around. It's like, especially if it's more other people go around and they eat. They all eat off the same plate. Oh, I know Americans don't like that shit. They eat off the same fucking plate. Men, women, all of that. It's like a bonding thing. It's good, especially like for family and shit like that. They actually taught me how to, like, you know, eat with people and stuff like that, instead of just taking my plate and just getting the fuck up out of there. Which is another culture difference, is that if you have food, right, and you go into a room with people in there, especially if you know them, and you don't offer them food, it's actually disrespectful. Cause you know what? I got some motherfucking food before I came to America, before I was a selfish prick. When I came to America, when I came to Ethiopia, and I go in the motherfucking room, I have some fucking food. God damn it. It was my food. Niggas had to fight me for some food. What? Yo, bro. He's like, oh, bro, let me get some chip. Come on, bro. No, nigga, go get your own shit. Here and there, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I was a whole selfish, but here and there I share. But yeah, man, they'll force your ass to eat. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Saying no, it's almost as if though, like in Ethiopia, saying no is just disrespectful. Like it's like a forcing culture, man. They'll force their culture on you. They gonna force food on you. They gonna force you to drink. They gonna force you to, man. So you, like I said, you gotta keep hold on to some of your fucking like your own standards and principles. You know what I'm saying? Like you I'm not saying that you need to go over there and just say yes to every fucking thing and be a yes man, because at the end of the day, you still have your own, you're still your own man. You get what I'm saying? Because I remember somebody tried to force me to do chat. You don't know what chat is? It's a certain type of drug that a lot of guys chew on and they give them some type of high. And some dude was really persistent. I was on a fucking bus going to a resort, and the dude was like, "Yeah, man, you're an American. Yeah, you eat chat with me. Come on, man." I'm like, nah, man, nah. Like, man, oh my God, he was so persistent. But I persistently told his ass, no, I'm not fucking doing it. I don't do drugs. You feel me? I don't fucking do drugs. Now, if he had some drinks, man, you know what I'm saying, I probably would have, you know what I'm saying, I'd have drunk. Now, the last culture difference, and this is probably the most important one out of all of them, is that Ethiopians can be passive aggressive or passive, meaning that they don't like confrontation. They don't want to be very confrontational. You know what I'm saying? So they will not like you. They will not like you and you won't even fucking know it. They will literally hate you and you won't even fucking know it. Coming from our background, Black Americans, you know when you don't like somebody, y'all all know we don't fucking like each other. You know what I'm saying? Like we fight and all that shit. Hey, buddy, fucking nigger, or this and that. You know what I'm saying? That's how some of them are. A lot of them are. That's just how some of them, what's the names is. They're not outspoken people. They're not loud and obnoxious people like Black Americans are. Somebody called me loud and obnoxious on one of my videos. It is what it is. But be mindful that people in Ethiopia could not like you and be smiling in your fucking face. You get what I'm saying? Or even if you have like a girlfriend or something like that, she can put on a smile for you and be completely the fuck mad at you, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I expect it more from women, but the men, they can do the same fucking thing. The men and the women are literally the same. They are their men. The men are their women. They can be very passive aggressive. Like I said, I'm not saying there's anything bad with it. I'm just telling y'all the cultural differences. So I hope you guys liked this video, man. I need to go check on my bet. Hopefully I'm not fucking losing, because I've been winning all day on this shit, man. So if you guys got any questions, man, make sure you get at me on Instagram. And until next time, I'm out. Deuces.